This is philosophy. Today the title is Unepic Consciousness, Buddhistic interpretation of Christian asceticism by Hegel. Today we deal with asceticism, and its Hegel's interpretation is named Unepic Consciousness in his work Phenomenology of Spirit. Hegel's main work Phenomenology of Spirit includes the chapter Unepic Consciousness, in which Hegel deals with historical Christianity and its asceticism. A problem is that Hegel relates unepic consciousness to the self-consciousness. That is, unepic consciousness chapter is a kind of self-consciousness, which Immanuel Kant called transcendental apperception or consciousness in general, in German, Bewußtsein, überhaupt. As might be expected, the concept of the self-consciousness is not empirical, but pure, that is, a priori. Pure self-consciousness of philosophy is different from empirical psychological one. However, Hegel combines pure self-consciousness with the historical religious one. It might cause a serious difficulty. Unhappiness of consciousness is not the ordinary one, but the religious one, which is said to be a pure in asceticism and mortification. However, Hegel detaches the religious meaning of asceticism, that is, atonement, salvation, or Jesus Christ, from the asceticism. He regards asceticism solely as unity of man and God, or more exactly that of universal actual particular consciousness of a real man and universal absolute consciousness of the spirit. The cause of unhappiness of the asceticism lies in that the endeavor to unify oneself with the absolute fails. Asceticism cannot arrive at its purpose. The reason for failure is that the desire and the pleasure which asceticism tries to overcome never disappear. In Hegel's words, this enemy, however, renews himself in his defeat, and the consciousness, in fixing its attention on him, far from freeing itself from him, really remains forever in contact with him, and forever sees itself as defiled. Phenomenology of Spirit. The enemy here refers to the sexual desire or pleasure. It renews itself in its defeat. Therefore, ascetic consciousness sees itself as wretched and impoverished. It is unepic consciousness. Then the unepic consciousness comes to realize that its unhappiness was caused by the unchangeable, that is, its real self, God or universal consciousness. Its effort to destruct itself through penance, mortification, was actually mediated by the thought of the unchangeable. In Hegel's text, the mediated relation constitutes the essence of the negative movement in which consciousness turned against its particular individuality, but which qua-relation is in itself positive and will bring consciousness itself to an awareness of its unity with the unchangeable. In other words, the consciousness of the awareness of its unity with the unchangeable will be called reason. In German, Vernunft. The unhappiness of the consciousness will be overcome. It will be happy consciousness. Dialectical movement occurs. Hegel's dialectic of unhappy consciousness is well understood. However, in terms of Buddhism or Brahmanism, it is not Christian thought, even if it describes Christian asceticism. Discovery of the unchangeable through asceticism, suppression of sexual desire, reminds us of a Buddhistic discipline. It is called nirvana. More exactly, the attainment of the unchangeable through ascetic discipline is compared to the doctrine of unity of Brahman and Atman in Hinduistic thought. Brahman is the ultimate reality, and the Atman is individual self or soul, according to Wikipedia. According to Upanishad philosophy in ancient India, Brahman is identical with Atman. At the deepest level and in the state of self realization, Atman and the Brahman are identical, not different. As over mentioned, the purpose of the Christian asceticism is atonement, salvation, grace of God, or imitation of Jesus Christ. However, Hegel ignores this perspective involved in the asceticism. What is meaningful in his concept of asceticism is a kind of universal spirit hidden in the individual, particular, changeable consciousness of a real man, like you and me. In this respect, we can say that Hegel changed the Christian asceticism into Buddhistic or Brahmanistic doctrine of the Nirvana as the unity of Atman and the Brahman. Thank you very much. This is the end of the lecture. See you next time.